Oh man. Guys. Guys. I had to do some self-care. I had to do some self-care, some self-reflection after that game. I took a shower. I relaxed a little bit. I put on this bonnet. I just had to relax, man. I just washed my hair. I felt dirty after that game. What a miserable game to watch as a Spurs fan. What a miserable game to watch. Hard watch, my chest hurts. What a miserable game to watch. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy any second of that game. What just a miserable. Oh man. Do I need these? I don't need these. We're not reacting to anything. Or are we? I don't know. Let me see. We play tomorrow, so what's the point, you know? What's the point? We might as well just go over the game, rant, and go about our day. Hold on. Let me see. Do they have a... And it's probably always good to go to Spurs Reporter. Huh? Spurs Reporter. Let's see if he posted any post-game stuff. All right, so this is pre-game. I haven't seen this. All right, I guess I do need my earphones. What does he have to say? What is...
Learn a lot of the guys. They trying to learn me. You know, I think for me, I'm still trying to learn a lot of the guys. They trying to learn me. Training camp now is so short. You get right into the games. There's injuries that happen here and there. So we're trying to learn and figure out how to get some wins at the same time.
As you learn Wemby, like, what are the things that you think, like, how do you help him out on the floor? How do you make things easier for him?
I'm still figuring that out too. You know, I think we still learning how to play off one another. He's not like anybody I've ever played with. You know what I mean? So it's not so easy to do this or to do that, you know.
Well, I think that we should really make fun of the people that got onto the team last year so much, right? There was a lot of people just angry saying, oh, Sohan's jealous. Excuse me. Sohan's jealous. This player's jealous. This player's jealous. This player hates Wemby. And it's like, no, literally, like one of the greatest point guards of all time doesn't even know.
I've never seen a guy that height do dribble step backs, and I've never set ball screens for a 7-foot guy. You know what I mean? So I'm still learning at the same time too.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. When we look like a newborn giraffe. Sohan been balling. Sohan has been the only. Sohan's been the best player on the team. That's not a good thing. All right, hold on. I mean, it is a good thing, but it's not a good thing. All right, hold on. Guys, I feel so depleted. Like, you have no idea. Chat over Wemby. Calm down. Oh, all right. Probably not in the best state, honestly, to go over this game. Like I said, I had to do some self-care, man. This game was miserable. I had to immediately take a shower, relax. I got my bonnet on. I'm just chilling, man. I'm just chilling. This game was miserable. Absolute misery to watch. Every facet of it. Did not enjoy it whatsoever. So we can get the positives out the way because there's not that many. Sohan has continued to be probably our most solid player, right? I know that it's one of those things where people will look at stats first and say, oh, that's how well he's doing. No, he's way better than these stats. I mean, look at the stats that he's had over the course of the last 4 games, but then also take into account that you're guarding the best player on the opposing team. He played very well, I think, on SGA. I thought he did a really good job on SGA. SGA went 7 for 20, 2 for 10 from 3. I mean, he had him on lock most of the time. A big chunk of his losses, or maybe almost all his losses, or not losses, misses, I'm sorry, was when Sohan was on him. So Sohan, he played phenomenal on SGA. So that assignment, he took it on. He did great. But, that's basically where all my positivity goes. Barnes did a good job as well. We got to see Mamu play, so that's good. It's good that Mamu actually got a few minutes. He got 8 minutes in this game, so I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but hey, he hasn't played at all. Like, I don't know why he hasn't, but he hasn't played. So, anyways, Steph Castle is horrible. Oh no, Steph Castle's fine, dude. He's a rookie. He's fine. This is a really tough matchup for him. Obviously, you're going against the OKC Thunder, like one of the best teams. No, they are the best team in the league right now. So he's going to struggle a little bit. It is what it is. Castle is amazing though. He's going to be great. All right. Wembanyama. He's supposed to be our point guard. Don't worry about Castle. Don't. You direct your anger where it's deserved. Okay. Last game, I was very frustrated with Keldon. This game's no different, so I'm not going to act like anything's different. All right, he went 4 for 11, 3 for 11 last game. He played the exact same way. Some really bad turnovers in there. I didn't know what was going on there, but I don't care about that. Wembanyama. I know that it's been said that he's sick, right? Like he has something going on. I don't think it's a stomach bug. What is it? A cold? What have they said about Wemby? And this is weird because it's one of those things where people have told me, but I didn't see the actual tweet or the actual report. Let me see if there's anything if I just look it up. There's no report of it. People literally just told me that he said it himself. Oh, Wemby has said it himself. Wemby ate Taco Bell? Okay, that makes sense. All right, we can't criticize him now. Go to post game. Last post game. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's literally been one of those things where okay, so the Spurs done some. There he goes. Hold on. We got a pop video. Let's see if Pop brings it up. Stop blaming Pop in the comments. That's what Charles said. I blame Pop for the rotations of last game. This game, no. This is not on Pop, in my opinion.
That's just for me, my team.
That's a very good defensive team.
It's a very good team altogether. It's a playoff team that's very possibly go very deep into the playoffs and maybe do even better than that. So that's a fact. They're a better team than we are.
That's true. That's certainly
but
true.
That's also beside the point. We're trying to get to their level. And it's basketball. It's the same things that get everybody to the next level, the next level, next level. And
this is not on Pop. This game? I'm a direct my irritation in a second, okay? No, this game is not. Easy. Why does every time like I have to like hate Pop? Like every time you're in here, I have to just like say everything's on Pop. It's all Pop's fault. Like every single time. Why is that? This specific game is not on Popovich. No. Good God. Like every single time. Like if it's not Pop hate, then like you're not happy. I'm sorry. I'm grumpy. This game really upset me.
The first thing for us is to realize it's a 48-minute game. The second half, we played them even. I think we scored a few more points than they did in the second half, actually, taking away the last minute and a half or 2 minutes. But that's 24 minutes. That's not 48. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for us to understand, that you have to bring it every quarter, every.
He's 75. It's time to go. Well, you know what? Just let our players do the talking for that. Everyone else loves them, so it is what it is.
Possession.
Wemby loves them.
And then the second thing is to take care of the ball. We gave up 27 points off turnovers again. We almost hit our record of 28 last year. We were one shy. That's not good. So that's where it's at. So give them credit. Hell of a team. Really well coached. They're disciplined. They're consistent. I love their team. It's great. But I love my team too. But we've got more work to do than they do. And our guys have to understand that, embrace it, be professional about it, and want to be more consistent in all those areas. Okay?
That is true. Also, yeah, OKC's had years of getting to this point. Yeah, our rebuild started after theirs. Yeah, there's really nothing there. Pop's right. All right, so this game in particular, let me just talk about this game in particular. No, I'm not. Look, I criticized Popovich for last game. I thought the rotations, especially at the end of that game, was awful. I don't know why Malachi well, I understood why Malachi was in the game. I didn't understand why Keldon was in the game in that closing moment. So yeah, I get onto him for that. Other than that, I feel like Pop's been fine. This game in particular, though, it was our star, y'all. So you guys said, I know I got a little sidetracked. You said to look at the post game of the last one. So apparently he's been sick, which in my opinion, if I'm just being completely truthful here, if you've been sick, man, just don't play. Because I felt like this game in particular, Wemby was actively hurting us. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me see. He says in this interview.
Houston, they just seem like they really bring physicality.
Yeah, it's their play style. It's the only way to respond.
Victor, do you have allergies or do you?
Every time it's Carolina. Carolina is on. She is killing it, dude. Seriously. I know I got a little bit of a bias here, but like every single time she's asking the good questions. She's the reason why we get sound bites. Jeez. She did the same thing with Jeremy Sohan, pushing him on the whole like drama with the Houston Rockets thing. We got a quote out of that, and all major sports outlets posted it. That's pretty cool. All right, let's listen.
Victor, do you have allergies or do you look a little emotional?
Yeah. Oh no. It's, I don't know. Probably getting back to the rhythm, traveling also a little bit. I think I caught a little. I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, Texas weather. Coach Pop said Jeremy Sohan.
Okay. I'm trying to be nice here. All right, so he is underneath. He is under the weather. Like undoubtedly, he's under the weather, right? I think we all can. You can hear it in his voice. This game, it just seemed like he was not there 100% offensively. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he is just under the weather. But even yet still, even if you're under the weather, I feel like the reason why it's really tough to be charitable is because some of those tendencies that Wemby had early on last season, we just don't want to see it again, right? Like the tendency to just hang around the 3-point line behind the arc the entire time. Excuses, stop it with the Wemby excuse. I didn't look. I was very prepared to be like really upset with this post game because I thought it was going to be something he brought up. He didn't even bring it up. She just said, "Hey, you seem really emotional." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just been under the weather." He's not using it as an excuse. I'm not even using an excuse. I'm just saying that the reason why I wouldn't be as charitable and a lot of people won't be as charitable to Wemby is because last season, at the beginning of the season, this is kind of how he played, right? Like sit around behind the arc, not really do much. Even with that being said, if you're sick and you're too sick to help the team, you just shouldn't play. That's it. Spurs need help for Wemby. No. Spurs need Wemby's help. Okay? And these last few games, especially this one though, the Spurs need Wemby. It's not the other way around right now. I feel like Sohan is doing pretty well. I feel like Barnes is playing his role pretty well. Julian Champagnie, he's coming back down to himself. I mean, like I've said this whole time, he's really a bench player. Chris Paul in this game, his shooting stroke was at least there. I mean, 5 for 9, and then he had 9 assists. So, no, Wemby, we need Wemby's help. It's not that Wemby needs help right now. We need Wemby's help. Somebody said if Wemby is sick, that's on him. He still plays, so that means he still got to show up. Yeah, being sick shouldn't have you shooting as much as Julian Champagnie, right? Being sick shouldn't have you put up 5 shots. Basically, almost all of which are behind the arc. Like you shouldn't end the game with 6 points. And I don't like games like this. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like games like this. This isn't even like a breakdown of every single player because I don't really care at this point. Because in this game particularly, it's on Wemby. The reason why I don't like games like this is because I feel like you could take someone who's never watched the Spurs at all, right? Or just don't watch the NBA in general, don't know anything about Wemby. If they watched this game, what would they have taken out of it? Like if at the end of the game we were like, hey, what did you think about like that player? The tall player on the Spurs. What did you think about him? What would they say? Oh, maybe he plays some good defense, This game, you would have thought Wemby was a role player. And, maybe if you're really paying attention, you paid attention to the fact that OKC was sending double teams, triple teams, or whatnot. But at the same time, Wemby was not necessarily fighting that hard, guys. I mean, if you're sick, it's fine just not to play, but you can't just actively hurt the team. Defensively, he didn't hurt us, right? But offensively, it was pretty abysmal. It was pretty bad. He's way better than this. Wemby chose to play. No, I'm not giving any excuses. Like, you guys think like you so quick to like get angry, like, oh, you could do an excuse. No, I'm not. I do like this post game interview though. I do like the fact that he didn't really bring it up himself. He didn't really want to bring it up, really. I was like, okay, so that's where that came from. Caruso shut down Wemby. Every player shut down Wemby. Shut down himself, dog. He just did not attempt to get to the rim. He hung around the 3-point. It was so bad till even when Wemby was giving screens, they were half screens. He was not even giving screens, man. Wemby needs to figure out his shot selection. He needs more of a mid-range game. He needs to just attack that mid-range and or post. I felt like every shot that he took was a bad one. Just about, the aggression wasn't there. I mean, he would just sit around the 3. And I know some people have tried to use the excuse like, oh, it's because Sohan is clogging up the paint. Watch the games, man. Pay attention. That was not the case at all. Yes, Sohan, he's going to cut, in opportune times. But it's Wemby, dog. Wemby's the leader of the team. Wemby's our star. And I don't like these games where if someone's never watched the Spurs, they wouldn't know that he's him. I've watched, now I'll be lying if I say I've seen every single game. Obviously I didn't, but I watched years and years and years of Tim Duncan. And even when Duncan had bad games, I feel like even if someone never watched the Spurs, they know that he was our star. He was our go-to guy, regardless. Like, that's what it was. It was like they still going to try to get him involved. He's still going to get in his positions. He's still going to be very verbal. Wemby was not very present. And I know part of that probably is, being sick. But the other part of it is, dude, you gotta attack. You gotta attack. And that's my issue with this game. That the whole time I'm looking at Wemby and I'm like, other than the defense, which is a big deal, I cannot tell the difference between Wemby and anyone else on our team. You would have thought Sohan was our best player. Seriously, you would have thought Sohan was our best player. And I've seen people criticize the fact that Sohan's taking so many shots, but it's like, they're good shots, but also, what else are we gonna do? What else what should we do? Wemby needs to realize that his team needs him. No, of course Wemby knows that his team needs him. And of course Wemby wants to win. This is just criticism. This isn't something where I'm worried about it, long term or anything. It's just this. I'm just voice. Look, guys, we lost. Look how much we lost by. The Spurs play some great defense. It does frustrate me. And I know there's people are going to say this is a bias here because I like this player. But you know what? I'm a Spurs fan. I like all these players. And I'm just telling you how it is, right? It's frustrating to see Sohan, in particular, basically lock down SGA, which he would have been our biggest issue in this game. And our best player on the court looks like a role player offensively. That bothers me, man. That bothers me. The glazing? What do you mean? 18 points? You're joking, right? SGA went 2 for 10. He went 7 for 20. He was locked down. Like that's as locked down as you can get for a player of his caliber. Yeah, he was locked down. Played great defense on him. But yeah, I hate that Wemby sits around the perimeter. I hate that he shoots, 3-point shots like he's Chet. I hate it. 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 You're not Chet Holmgren. You're better than Chet Holmgren. But one thing I saw from Chet was getting to the paint. He was being physical. He was making things happen. No excuse. No excuse. And if you're sick, I can be kind in that regard, but just don't play, man. Because I really do think this, guys. And I never really, say this or think this usually, but Wemby felt like a liability offensively. I mean, he really did. He would sit around the perimeter, make really bad passes. Just seemed like he's just trying to get the ball out of his hands. Not posting up, not taking advantage of mismatches, just kind of there. Defensively, he was still Wemby, That comes second nature. But yeah, I think this was the worst. I know last season we were like, this would be the worst version of Wemby. I feel like this game has been the worst version of Wemby we've seen thus far. So great defender, but offensively, what was this? Why'd you only take 5 shots? Bro, it's not the coach, it's the talent and mentality. It's not. This was not a rotations issue. All right, this is not a rotations issue. Pop did a great job with rotations. Heck, even when Wesley screwed up bad, like it was 2 plays in a row where I was like, oh dude, you're playing really way too fast. Pop took him out, chewed him out, switched him out, and I thought Branham played better, replacing Wesley in that moment. So I thought the rotations were fine. He took people out when he needed to. He played certain players when he needed to. I thought it was fine. Castle needs to be more aggressive. This is just a touch. Look, it's his fourth game in the NBA. This is going to be a tough matchup for him. OKC they're no slouch defensively. Okay, so I'm just impressed that Castle didn't turn the ball over at all. I was expecting a few turnovers. Growing pains? Yeah, growing pains. Wemby always seemed like he wasn't really clutch to me. No. Wemby's had plenty of clutch moments, He's had plenty of clutch moments. I mean, just the last game, he hit a clutch shot. Since last game, Branham been saying, I do this. That is true. Branham's looked great. He's looked great. He's played the role that we absolutely need from him. Yeah, but no, Wemby taking 5 shots, guys, is no. I if he went 1 for 12, I would have been happier than this. He doesn't have to take the most shots on the team, but I would have been happier. Go 1 for 12 if you have to. And Keldon's been awful. I mean, he's just been awful, guys. He's been awful. What's his splits now? Last time we checked, it was 35. Because some people got onto me because they were like, "Oh, you're just having vibes with Keldon, but Keldon's been great." And I'm like, "Okay, take the vibes out of it. The stats are horrible." I think it's worse after this game, but 35, 18, 71. Those are his shooting splits right now. Not good. Not great. Not good. Not great. But I don't blame Keldon for this loss. I blame our star for this one. Yeah. Dang. Oh, yeah, it's bad. Yeah. No. It's bad. No, it's real bad. I think a lot of times with him, because of how, hard he plays, and he'll get a dunk and yell and we're excited or whatever, we kind of forget or not look at how he's actually doing. It's really bad thus far. Far under 50% from the field, 18% from 3. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this game hurt it even more. So it's going to be worse. Just not really fitting that well. But hey, none of that matters if our boy Wemby doesn't step up. So I'm hoping this next game against Jazz, he steps up. Some people have also brought up like, oh, well, maybe he was hurt during this game. But this has been a tendency the last couple games, right? Like, Devin ain't getting you out of nothing. Oh, Devin's definitely going. Oh, no. I don't agree with that at all. You lost by 8. Devin Vassell in this game. I mean, because no one right now we really have is a scorer, like a true scorer. Sohan has been doing as much as he can, I think. Barnes had a solid game, but like, other than that, I mean, we're kind of banking on Champagny. Can you give us something? He can sometimes. Sometimes he won't, especially against a good defensive team. And then, Branham. We're kind of relying on Branham, but, he can be streaky at times. 3-point shooting wise, I think Branham's been great. Or really, not great, but really good. But yeah, no. Devin Vassell in this lineup, in my opinion, undoubtedly helps you, right? Not going to be as easy to be able to just double Wemby and just say, hey, you're the one that got to beat us. And also, yeah, losing by 8. I think we win the game with Devin in. Devin is not going to fix the spacing issues. Oh, no. I mean, he won't really fix that. I still think that the Spurs have underneath all this BS, I do think that we have a solid team. I do. I really do think that. I don't think that we make the playoffs. I never thought that we'd be a play-in team, but my hopes is 44 wins. I'm sticking by that. And to me, that's a pretty decent team. all things considered. So I think we'll be fine. We'll bounce back. These have been very tough games. I think that this one in particular stings more only because Wemby only took 5 shots, and I don't think any of us would have suspected that to happen or expected that to happen before the game. And also, that last game we should have won. Or at the very least, we should have had a legitimate shot to win, but we didn't even get a shot. $35 is my hope / ceiling. 25 win floor. I still think I'm going with 44. Is Wemby for real? Was there a new post game or what? We probably should just get all these post games out the way now, man, because we literally have a game tomorrow, so it's not like we're gonna go over it. We got Harrison Barnes. We haven't heard him speak, or at least I haven't. I haven't listened to Harrison Barnes speak since summer camp. God, that's annoying. Fix it, please. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dude. Are they for real? They posted this. They posted this on the official Spurs. Are they for real? Good God, dude. Nothing going right. I know, man. It's the intro to One by Metallica. Unfortunately, Spurs report hasn't. Wait. Why are these two? What is this? This is Greg Potter before the OKC game. This is not Chess versus Wemby.
It's a Spurs and it's a Thunder, and they play each other.
Puck, you coached against some of the best, you know, the first iteration of the Thunder, the Westbrook, Durant, Thunder.
L Spurs post covers just like tonight's play. L. Yeah, dude. I can't believe they posted this. This is 22 minutes ago. They haven't taken it down. This game is just like the mic tonight. Keep working. Can't hear anything. Bad game. It happens. We bouncing back. How are you going to post a post-game interview and the mic is effed up? I just don't see how you post this and not. Well, I don't know. Well, you know what? No. I can't give them this excuse. Just like I can't give Wemby an excuse. I can't give them this excuse. I was about to say, like, I've done that before, like posted something and didn't know that the audio wasn't on. But like, I'm one person and this is just a YouTube channel. I'm not an NBA franchise. You know Wemby isn't playing tomorrow, right? Is he not? Has that been announced? You mean after that injury scare, you think he's not going to play? I didn't know he... It was a career low? ESPN said, not sure what's going on out there. Spurs have got to figure out how to get him more involved offensively. Wemby has to get involved offensively. Yeah, I look, I watched the game with my two eyes, okay? Wemby hung around the 3-point or behind the arc the entire game. When he got it, passed it right back out. He didn't put himself in position at all. He just wasn't fighting. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Like seriously, like this wasn't one of those Spurs. You got to figure out how to get him involved. Like he didn't even fight. Wemby was soft. Yes, Wemby was soft. Now this is I don't know. I don't think I'm really being that harsh. I don't think I'm being this harsh because we've seen how great Wemby has been even year one. Gosh, dude, I know I said at the beginning of this whole thing that this was one of his worst, or this was the worst I've seen him, but I didn't even realize that this is literally the worst we've seen him. That's crazy. Oh no, Wemby got to play tomorrow. He's rusty. He better play tomorrow. They said that on the broadcast. Oh my God, dude. You for real? Well, I guess. Look, we're going against the Jazz. The Spurs are still. I think we can still win. He isn't playing, guys. I promise you. So they literally said that on the podcast that he's not playing. Jeez. No, Will. Not that. Who are we talking about? Who are you talking to? Let's see. It's been 4 games. How long does it take? For what? Hold on. You might have messaged something before that, Kay. Let me see. Currently, the Spurs are who their record says they are, and Victor hasn't proven that he's better yet. Oh, I guess you're just saying how long will it take for them to improve. I don't know. This chat is miserable, pathetic. Leave the chat out. The chat hasn't done anything wrong. We're coming off a loss, all right? We're all upset. Leave the chat out of this. Other than M Easy. Earlier, M Easy was like getting on to me because I didn't criticize Pop hard enough in a game that didn't really take much criticism. Or he shouldn't take too much criticism for. Yeah, chat is miserable. Yeah, leave the chat alone. We're upset tonight. This is just one of those moments, man. It won't always be like this. It'll be better. It'll get better. And I'm usually pretty positive towards things. It's not like I'm taking away what I said on how many wins we'll get. I still think we'll get 44. I think this is a solid team. I think we just went against some really tough teams, right? On paper, we shouldn't beat OKC. But even with all things considered, if you want to look at the glass half full, lost by 8. Wemby only put up 6 points, 4 of which from the free throw line. So 2 points. Wemby only gave you 2 points and we lost by 8. That's promising. It's just Wemby got to step up. But Wemby won't play tomorrow. Wemby never plays back-to-back. Okay, I need to know, has this been announced? Or are you speculating based on... Listen. Okay, I'm listening. We're all listening. We're on the edge of our seats right now. Listen. Okay, we're listening. Edge of our seats. We lost by 12? My math isn't mathing. Yeah, we lost by 12. But still, that's still good. It wasn't a blowout. That's all I'm saying. The Spurs were basically in the game the entire game. Like starting off first quarter 19-26, second quarter 25-33, third quarter 26. We won the third quarter 26-23, fourth quarter 23-23. Like we were in the game the entire time. They didn't announce anything. Okay. On the broadcast, they said that was Wemby's worst scoring night on the broadcast. That's what I said they said on the broadcast. Okay. I thought you said they said on the broadcast that he wasn't going to play. He better play. I'm sorry. But I know what you're saying, that last season back-to-backs they didn't do that. But I don't remember the Spurs saying anything about him not getting back-to-backs. All right, guys, let's see if we got any other post games. That's crazy they posted that. Is it still up? It's still up. They still have this video up of no audio. We're just getting everything out the way. Since we play tomorrow, there is no point in separating any segments. Let's see. If we type in Harrison Barnes. No, we're not getting anything. Oh well. When we would not play tomorrow, I'll bet my check on it. We'll see. He needs to play. He desperately needs to play. But if he doesn't, it doesn't mean it's an automatic loss. I think the Spurs still win. Mamu is a better three-point shooter. That's why we lost in Dallas and today. I suppose. Dude, we suck. We're never going to be good. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Okay, now the person earlier that said the chat is pathetic. I'm not saying you're pathetic, but like that's a crazy statement. Can we just be upset about tonight? Lauri Markkanen is questionable. 100% needs to play tomorrow. It's the Jazz, and he's rusty. It will be a... Let me tell you this, right? As terrible as this game was, as terrible as the last couple games felt, it's only up from here. All right, these were very tough matchups for us. Defenders that the Thunder have and the defenders that the Rockets have is kind of Wemby's kryptonite a little bit. But going against Jazz, that would be great. You know, honestly, even this game, this last game with the Rockets, he had moments where he just didn't look as bad as he looked this game. I don't know. But yeah, you got the Jazz and Timberwolves. That'd be a tough one, but you know, you fight through it. Clippers, that ain't that bad. And we got the Rockets again. Then we got the Trailblazers. Then we got the Jazz. So it's only up from here, guys. It's going up from here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not going to be the same as last year. The Spurs are going to get more dubs. But yeah, today was an unorthodox performance from Wemby. Unexpected. I was not expecting that either. But Wemby had, let me see. Hold on. Let's look up Wembanyama games versus Thunder. I feel like his first game was really bad, wasn't it? And then the second one, he was like, nah, dog, I'm him. Let's see. Yeah, his first game was pretty bad. So his first game, he only had 8 points. So like this type of team could very well be his kryptonite. But the second time around, 24. Third time around, 28. That's when he went off. That was crazy. 5 blocks, 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Don't forget that Wemby is him. When I sit here and I criticize Wemby for this lackluster, horrible performance during this game, that is not me saying Wemby is bad. That is not me saying that Wemby is, cooked. That doesn't mean that our future is done. That doesn't mean we shouldn't build around Wemby. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is Wemby had a bad game. In this game, it's on him. If he couldn't play, then he shouldn't have played. And when he did play, I felt like he was a liability at times offensively. That's all. That's all. This game. Other than that, Wemby is still him. Don't forget the performances. Don't forget how good he is. Let's not get into the let's not get too far into the what have you done for me lately mentality, okay? He's still him. We need to be disappointed and, hold him accountable as fans, only in that we know how great he is. I'm good with criticism of Wemby. Still our boy. Yeah. It needs to just be, we know how great you are. Come on. Amen. Yes, amen. Chat needs to chill. Yeah, don't get too doomer, chat. We can be upset about tonight. Let's be upset about tonight. But let's not start saying, our future's over. That's not true. We're fine. I guess that's all the takeaways I have for this game. I guess we just won't look at any post games because none are being posted. I mean, we've waited long enough. It's getting late. It is late. 22 Bro, we had 22 turnovers. Oh my God. How many did they have? They had 10. We had 22 to their 10. Everybody contributed too. Champagny gave you 3. Wemby gave you 4. Chris gave you 3. Mamu and Zach Collins both gave you 2 piece. Keldon gave you 3. Even Wesley gave you 2. Them turnovers were hard to watch because they were lazy. They were lazy. The Wemby turnovers were the worst. They were just lazy, man. What happens to the Spurs ball movement? Hopefully we can move back to 2014 style of play soon. Hey, we looked at that like just not that long ago. Or we looked, and we didn't look just like 2014, but we looked really good passing wise just a few games ago, especially preseason. I thought it was many moments where we were like, whoa, that looked good. So it's there. It's in them, you know. It's just, hey, you're going to get some tough teams starting off the season. Last game, I'm sure it was very disheartening to lose that. And then you go into this one, and your star player is just chilling around the perimeter, just chilling, just relaxing. We're going to be worse than the Hornets. Okay, calm down. Sub clan, we need shooters, man. Yeah. That'll be a next step. But sure. I think Barnes is a pretty good shooter. Chris Paul's a pretty decent shooter. But yeah, these aren't like their primary roles necessarily. And then Branham, you know, I don't want to put too much faith in Branham, but he's been a consistent shooter this season at least. What's Branham's stats looking like? .61 from the field, 50% from three. Dang. And I think that improved this game, right? He went 6. You see, he went 6 for 11, 3 for 4. Yeah, it would have improved. So over 50% from three from Branham right now. That's pretty doggone impressive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Branham has always been our best shooter. Kind of, yeah, since being here. Dude, most of those buckets were in non-important minutes. The Branham buckets. I don't know. I felt like as soon as we switched out Wesley for Branham, I think that was in the fourth quarter? I thought he looked really good. My apologies, Malachi. I was not familiar with your game. Malachi's a good player. My only worries is, you know, will he fit in the long scheme of things, right? But, you know, we're also missing Trey Jones. That would be nice to have Trey Jones right now, especially in games like these where Steph Castle just isn't necessarily ready to like put an offense on his shoulders versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like he's not at that point. What's our 3-point percentage? Let's see if we can find it. Why does it show it like this? Why does it show it with all of the... What? Why can't you just look at the stats for the team stats? I don't get it. How do you find that? Team stats, here we go. All right. You want to know our 3-point percentage? Well, it is 33.7, which it is one of the worst in the NBA. One of the worst in the NBA. There you go. We need Fasale bad. I want Fasale back very badly as well, but I really want our team to get it together and get a few wins before we bring him back. Right? Like we need to we still don't have any chemistry between Chris Paul and Wemby yet. Like, we got to get the ball going. And I know it's tough. And like Chris Paul has said, we don't have a lot of, we didn't have a lot of time for them to work together. But we got to get it together. 16.5? What? What's 16.5? Wemby scoring average? Wemby's scoring average is 16.5 right now? It dropped to that? Oh my goodness. Wemby needs shooters to open up the floor. Wemby needs to first start by fighting for positioning. He needs to at least attempt to get to the paint. Like I can't say that yet. I can't say, oh, he just needs more help. Obviously, that's what the 2025 draft is going to be for. But no, he got to do better. Shoot, where? Oh, so it dropped. You said it dropped after this game. So it was at 20 and now it dropped down to, wait, no, that's points per game. What am I looking at? What am I doing? I'm sleepy. Stats. Whew. Okay, so it's okay. Oh God. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. All right. And in this segment, doesn't really look like there's any other Spurs stuff to talk about, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Maybe I should just go ahead and sum up what I got to say about this. Castle is still a rookie. Yeah, don't worry about Castle. Yeah, I should just sum it up in a nice little soliloquy on how I felt about this game. Let's go to box score. All right. Let me go on a little soliloquy. We spent an hour now live stream complaining about this game. All right. Obviously, it was very frustrating. It was very irritating. But with all that being said, I do want to take some positivity out of this terrible, terrible loss. So Wemby got to get it together. Okay. I do truly believe that this is the worst Wemby that we're going to see. I know that people have said that last season, but this truly is the worst game I've seen of Wembanyama. Defensively, he was great, as always, but offensively, felt like his heart wasn't necessarily in it. Only took 5 shots. The shots that he took was around the perimeter. Didn't even attempt to get in position. I know a lot of people in the chat is like, hey, we need to open things up for Wemby. He needs more shooters around him. He took 5 shots. Like, that's all I have to say right there. He took 5 shots. And unless you want to say he took those 5 shots because he didn't have enough spacing, sure, I guess. But the game that I saw, he hung around the perimeter and, half-heartedly, try step backs or just turn the ball over. Like, it wasn't great. It wasn't beautiful basketball. And Wemby is obviously way better than that. And you got to realize he's him. So as far as us criticizing him, I think that that's warranted. But with all that being said, the Spurs lost by 12. I don't think that this was a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. We started off pretty slow. Second quarter wasn't the best, but I thought the Spurs came into the third quarter, played tough. Fourth quarter, tied it up with OKC 23-23 as far as performances in the fourth. So overall, I think it is positive to see a game in which Wemby only put up 2 points. Okay, the other 4 came from the free throw line. The fact that he put up only 2 points and contributed 2 points in scoring, and we lost by 12, is much better than what we would have saw last season, right? Actually, just for funsies, let's try to go back to last season and see how much we lost during that game. Because very similar to this one, Wemby scores 6 points, and in the first game we went against OKC last season, he scored 8. Yeah. So as you can see here, the Spurs lost last season 127 to 89, in which Wemby had virtually the same exact game. Oh wait, no, he didn't play in this one. What was the other game? It wasn't this game. Whoa. Yeah, dude, we got killed. We got murdered in that game. What was the other game? Because it was a game in which he had 8 points, right? Am I tripping? Hold on. I'm mistaking it. I made a mistake. Hold on. That was the last game of the season. Okay, I went backwards. Okay. I think it's this game. The score looks the same. All right, this is the game I meant. So in this game, Wemby only had 8 points. So yes, virtually the same game, kind of. I mean, he at least tried to put up 15 shots. And the Spurs lost 87 to 123. There you go. All right. So, yeah. You know what I mean? So you got to keep things in perspective. It is unfortunate. I'm not happy with it. There is no excuse. I know that, Wemby has said that he's been sick. He didn't use that as an excuse. Shout out to Carolina T for asking, do you have allergies? You look emotional. And him basically saying, oh, no. I've been a little under the weather. So he didn't come out the gate and say, oh, I've been sick and this is what. No. So kudos to him for not, using that. But hey, if you are sick and you can't go, then it's on you for playing. You should just sit, right? Because I do think that this game, he was a liability offensively, which is crazy to say because it's Wemby and he's phenomenal. But this game, he was a liability. So, but keep things in perspective. It was worse. All right. So I know people just see L and they automatically assume, oh my God, we're the same team. No, we are not the same team. It was much worse last season. Much, much worse. We have a better team. And this is with Vassell, mind you. We don't even have Vassell right now. This was with Vassell. This was basically our full team. Well, I said basically. This was our full team, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Trey Jones was out. So we really didn't have a point guard at all. But yeah, so it can be worse. All right, it can be worse. OKC is a good defensive team. And, the Spurs have these games that they've played have been pretty tough. Went one-on-one with the Houston Rockets. Keep it in perspective. Dallas Mavericks, they just went to the finals. Houston Rockets, you went 1-1. Should have won the last one, okay? I do blame Keldon for that. It's the screeners or whoever's defending the screeners' responsibility to make sure that screener doesn't get open. So that was on Keldon, 120%. Is what it is. We lost that one. Okay, 1-1, whatever. We get another chance early November. And then you go against the OKC Thunder, which a lot of people are speculating that they'll be in the finals, possibly in the finals this season or deep in the playoffs. So these were some tough matchups. And, you topple that with the fact that our star this game against Thunder just wasn't really there offensively. Recipe to lose. But even with all those things against us, you lost by 12. And not only that, I don't think that the Spurs have been blown out this season thus far. Okay, hasn't really been a blowout. Mavericks put the work on us. They put the work on us, but we still ended losing by 11. So, and another positive too, I think our defense is substantially better, like undoubtedly better, all facets. So yeah. Anyways. Any final closing statements from the chat? Any insightful words from the chat here? He stunk up the bed. All right. Spurs need perimeter scoring and better backup for Wemby. Wemby needs to improve his game and decisions. Yeah. And, it's really unfortunate that Wemby wasn't able to really work on his game, key in on his game over the offseason. From my recollection, if I'm wrong, but from my recollection, when we talked about him working out with Jamal Crawford, I was never really that excited about it. I know everyone was excited about it, but one thing that always worried me with Wemby was you're working on all these different things of your game, but at the end of the day, we kind of just need you to have a go-to shot, a go-to move, right? Like, it's cool that you can do all these different things. Like, it's amazing, but, on a game-to-game basis, a winning basis, winning culture, we're not going to use it all that much. The only thing I can think of is, maybe we're in the playoffs or deep in the playoffs or whatnot. We absolutely need a score, and, you can whip anything out, and it's like, oh, whoa. Pause on that. I didn't even realize what I just... Pause on that. Anyways. All right. I guess we're good. Let's get it tomorrow. Yeah, we got it. We're going to be good. Hey, ARD or AR Doc. Thanks for the super chat. He says, on a positive note, how about Sohan really elevating his game in year 3? Go Spurs, go. Yeah. People can say that I'm just biased here or whatever. Hey, whatever, I guess. I mean, I really like him as a player. But yeah, he's been great. He's been our, in my opinion, most consistent player. And it doesn't come from the stats. I can care less about the stats. But he's been phenomenal defensively. The work that he put on SGA this game was great. He shot 2 for 10, 7 for 20 overall. Now, he wasn't on him every single play, but he did a great job. So Pop has not only been giving Sohan so many minutes because of how great he is on both ends of the court, but Sohan's also had the toughest matchups as far as who he has to guard, and he's been consistently good. So yeah, he deserves some love. Sprinkles for MIP. Do we call him that? We call him Sprinkles? I don't know when we started doing that. Whose idea was that? Hot take: what if we traded for Kate Cunningham or LaMelo Ball? Look, let's focus on our team. It's gonna be all right. That's the positive I take out of it. I'm upset, but it's gonna be all right. Sohan, Mr. Consistent. One day at a time. But it should get better, guys. It should get better. As I said previously, we got the Jazz. That should be a W. I'll be really upset we lose the Jazz. All right. So that should be a W. Timberwolves, we'll see. Clippers could be a W. Rockets, I think we take care of business this time around. Trailblazers, that should be a W. Jazz should be a W. So things are on the up and up. The Spurs could very well go on a winning streak, after this L to the Thunder. So we'll have to wait and see. Trying to see these other games. Dang, we're back on TNT at mid-November. All right. Yeah. I just hope Wemby, finds his shot, finds his go-to, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy, right? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Post-game, scoring mid-range, exactly. 7-7-7, exactly. You said LaMarcus Aldridge is perfect for Wemby. Yeah, I would much rather see him in the lab with Duncan and Robinson and Aldridge way more than anyone else. I can care less. The Hezzies and all that is kind of dope. It's fun, but is it necessary? Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Duncan had handles too. Just because he can do it doesn't mean he needed to do it. Claiming we're going to win the championship this season. Okay, Rod, you literally started off in this chat that the Spurs are going to lose forever and everything is doomed, and now you're saying that we're win the championship. Thank you for these kind, calming words. We're gonna be okay. All right. I know I started off the stream grumpy and upset, but I mean, I guess I'm still irritated. But he's trolling. He's not trolling. He's just, yeah. He's just, I was about to say he's being facetious, but he's not. He's being hyperbolic, all right? Great players always respond after a bad game. And I said this earlier too, and you know, I guess I should go and add this. We'll just have this as the segment of what I thought about the game. All right, we'll just have this as a segment of what I thought about the game. One thing about it that frustrated me, you know, just obviously said all the positives. One thing that does frustrate me about the Wemby situation, or this game in particular, is if someone never watched the San Antonio Spurs and they came into this game and they looked at how, you know, the team played and they never seen the NBA game in their life, and we said, hey, what did you think about number one? They probably would have just said, oh, that tall dude, man, he really plays some good defense. Like, they could have very well thought that he was just a role player, the role that he played in this game. If they're not paying attention to the constant, you know, double teams that Thunder tried to send his way, they could have very well just been like, oh, he was just, you know, a role player. I don't like that feeling. And because even back in the day when we, you know, had Duncan or whatnot, Duncan could have a terrible game, but if you never watched the Spurs, you still know that he's him, right? He's the guy. And, you know, to even prove that, you know, I wasn't always a Spurs fan. I was actually a Manu fan. I used to see Manu Ginobili just murder my brother's Lakers all the time, and, you know, caused me to be a fan. And I was playing, I don't know if it was 2K or NBA Live at the time. It might have been 2K. I just kept playing with the Spurs so I could play with Manu. And, you know, even as a kid, not knowing anything about the San Antonio Spurs, every game, even if, you know, Duncan didn't have the best of games, I knew that was the leader of the team. Like, I knew that was him. That was the guy, because they kept trying to get him the ball. He was constantly in position to get the ball. He was verbalizing with guys constantly. Like, I knew that was the guy. Even though I wasn't familiar with the Spurs that much, I knew without anyone telling me, oh, that's the guy. I thought Manu Ginobili was the best as a kid. I thought he was the best player in the world. I was like, he's the best player in the league. But even yet and still, I watched the Spurs and I was like, Duncan is him. That's the guy. Even a bad game, that's the guy. This game, I don't like these types where you put up 5 points and you're just not really there offensively. I don't like it. Because, you know, someone who don't watch us wouldn't know the difference. And that's not okay. Wemby's terrible game. He's not going to play tomorrow. Dude, you guys keep saying he might not play tomorrow. I'm gonna be a little livid. I think we still win, but I'll be livid. Unless he's hurt. All right, one last check for any post games. Nope. Oh, they took it down. Haha, they took it down. Harrison Barnes interview, the mic was jacked up and they took it down. Well, I'm glad they took it down. All right, last check. Let's go to Spurs Report. Spurs Reporter. All right, let's see. Did he post anything? Nah, just the same stuff. I don't think we're getting anything tonight. They're just gonna get ready for tomorrow. Anyways. Julian ain't Danny Green, trade him. Calm down. Julian just isn't a star. I've said this before. I knew that we were really excited. You know, I made jokes about it. Like, oh, is Julian Champagnie the new Michael Jordan? I made jokes about it, but no, dude. He's, you know, he's Champagnie. He should come off the bench. Just got to wait for Devin to come back. Good on us that we actually have, or we're fortunate enough now. We have enough talent, enough depth, that he can come off the bench, right? We don't have to start him now. So he'll be much better. Just have to give him time, but he's not a starter. Let's see. Did anyone... What a stupid comment. I'm not even going to show this comment. It was about Pop. It was so stupid. Oh, I guess a lot of you guys agree with me. This is during the game. I said Wemby is genuinely upsetting me, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Ending segment. We're going to be all right. We're going to be okay. Yeah, we're ending that segment. Sohan looking great. He has been consistent these 4 games. Oh, yeah. He's that's a positive note. You know? But hey, as good as he's been, you guys know I'm a Spurs fan at the end of the day, man. So what good is he? Well, it'll do good for the future. I shouldn't be that pessimistic. I was just gonna say, what good is it if we lose? But there's still good out of him playing well. He's definitely our future. Like I don't think he should ever get traded. Let's see here. What should we name this title of this video? Keldon needs to be traded. Dude, I typically don't do this, especially in mid-season or like, you know, because I am going to cheer for him regardless, but I agree with you. I do agree on that. I try not to be like that, but dude, it's not great. Clan, search up One Day at a Time by Skin and Enrique. It'll help you get through the tough times. All right, I'll do it after we get off. Have you guys listened to Tyler the Creator's album? Was it Chromacopia? Is that how you say it? It's great, dude. You should listen to that album. It's pretty great. Hey Jane made me cry. Oh, I'm hurting my ear. Have you guys listened to it? Chromacopia is an album of all time. Are you really hating on it like that? You don't like it? It's like genuinely a phenomenal album. I don't know what you mean. Sticky's a dope song. Sticky made me feel like I was in a high school lunchroom again. Like it was just like you were passing the mic. Like it was pretty great. But Hey Jane is a beautiful song, man. I mean, Hey Jane is incredible. No, I have not actually. Pause. What did I say? No, I like the album. Oh, okay. It's dope, man. Darling I, my fave. Oh, that's a great one too. Isn't that with Tizo? I like Tizo a lot. No, I was genuinely like, I just loved the storytelling of Hey Jane. You guys want to see the thumbnail for this video? Give me a second. I don't have anything to add to it, so I'm just going to do this. Give me a sec. Let's download it. The Mask Off song too? What the heck? Balloon was the worst though. I thought Doechii was really great. I thought her verse was really great. But the Mask Off, Take Your Mask Off, that was, I'm not crazy, right? Wasn't that towards Drake? I mean, that just felt like it was towards Drake. This is going to be the thumbnail. That's all I got. Wasn't that Drake? Love Doechii, man. She's great. I think she's going to be one of the... well, right now, she's the best female mainstream artist out. But I think she's going to be a legend. I'm glad that she just signed with Kendrick. That's pretty great. Makes sense. Himself, probably. You thought he was talking about himself in that? I didn't think he was talking about himself. And take the mask off. That last verse was very specific. I mean, he talked about, like, not raising your kid. From my understanding, Tyler doesn't have a kid. He in the album he had a pregnancy scare, he said, but like I'm not crazy about subliminal disses. I feel like just diss them. I don't care. Just do it. Maybe a diss and a self-reflection. Well, yeah. There was a lot of self-reflection in that album. And, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of it, too. Taking that mask off. Just being yourself. It's a very vulnerable album, I'll say that. But I didn't come across one song where I just, like, rolled my eyes or anything. I also like the fact that he has the same level of experimentation as, say, a Kanye. You know, he's like Kanye without the Nazism. It's pretty great. What was the other song? There was another song on there that was pretty great. It was about like the mom constantly comparing him to his dad, even though his dad isn't in his life. He's like, I'm chasing a ghost. That was beautiful. But I can't remember what that song's called. You guys remember what that song's called? On another note, on another positive note, we've had no crashes, right? I actually upped. You said, darling, I annoyed and take your mask off my top 3. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, we had no crashes this stream. So I guess I did fix the internet after all. Good stuff. Let me look up the Is Tyler the Creator on tour right now? I was not aware he was... Oh, no, the tour hasn't started yet. Okay. Shoot. Hold on. Can I catch any of these? What the heck? Oh, no, all these are California. And then he's in Seattle in March. Oh, my goodness. He'll be in Dallas on March 17th. Be in Austin March 15th. How much are these tickets? I guess it depends on where you sit. Good God. All the way at the top is 100. What about floor? Floor is 275. 400? Or 500? Dude, I'd rather just be on the floor. Jeez. Oh, B stage right here. So this wouldn't be bad seats right here. That wouldn't be bad. Jeez. I wouldn't mind traveling to Austin, but I'm saving money. I gotta save it. That would be cool though. Because I'm not I can't just throw out that. If it was Eminem, like I would feel like, okay, once in a lifetime. I mean, this might be once in a lifetime too with Tyler. I don't know, but yeah, with Eminem, I'll be like, dude, I can't miss this. His concerts back in the day look so cool. Franchise player cannot give you 6 points. Yeah, we know. Oh, don't go too far, Jay. Wemby making Shaq look right. Dude, Wemby is not making Shaq. I mean, it's one game. Shaq. It's like Shaq is one of those people, man, that's like, he seems so bad faith to the point where it's like, I don't want to hear a word he has to say, you know? He's so bad faith with it. It's not, it didn't feel like a genuine critique from Shaq. Just feel like him hating on another, new big man. Tough night for Victor, but I'd still rather have him instead of Chet. It's a process. Of course, man. Of course. You shouldn't want Chet over Wemby. Wemby's a better player. Just a bad night. Clan, do you prefer that Wemby not shoot or that he shoots logos? So I gotta choose between it. I guess I would choose not shoot, I guess. I don't know. But you can't only take 5 shots. If it's between him shooting logos and not shooting, then I'd say not shooting. Let someone take a better shot. Because you shoot logo shots. I mean, those are long rebounds. And, I mean, a lot of times you take too many bad threes, it's basically turnovers. I can fix this team. Just give me the ball. I believe you. All right, I'm going to hop off. So tomorrow the game is at 8. I'll hop on after that. Shoot, we might be on for a while. Yeah, we might be on for a while. So let me think. Because we play... Well, no. We won't be on a while. No, we won't be on a while. We'll probably just talk post-game. Maybe look at some post-game interviews. And then... I might do some Sparking Zero. I don't know, fam. I might, though. Red said, I cannot. You basically saying you don't understand why we didn't get Connect. Don't worry, dude. Isn't Connect an older player as well? How old is Connect? Am I tripping? Wasn't he a older college player? Yeah. Connect's 23. Don't trip about it. Don't worry. We'll be fine. 2025 is where the draft is, really. This wasn't the best draft. 24. No, he's 23. Yeah, but he was an older player, so like, don't trip about that. Spurs be fine. I think the 25 draft is where things really pop off. That's when the Spurs are gonna get franchise-defining talent. I think this was not a strong draft, and I think, in my opinion, I think the Spurs got the most valuable player you can get from this draft. I still think Castle becomes a star, but you just gotta give him a minute. He's at the very least, bare minimum, he's a winning player. You can win with somebody like him. Bro, that was sad as F to watch. All right, if people are just now joining, I'm actually about to end the stream, but this I had an initial segment and it was just way too depressing. So we just went over the game again in a more positive lens. I'm going to be posting that tomorrow. So if you want to see my thoughts about the game and you didn't watch this live stream, you'll see it. It's like probably going to be like a 16, 17 minute clip from this. So yeah, not going to lie, Stephon Castle plays too nonchalant. Do not work. He's not playing nonchalant. That's just who he is. Okay. He doesn't show a lot of emotion. He attempted offensively, but a positive is he didn't turn the ball over at all. So that's good. And yeah, you're going against a very a great defensive team, and you're a rookie. This is your 4th game ever in an NBA regular season game. So, you're going to struggle a little bit. It's all right. It's all right. Took the same amount of shots as Wemby did. If you get onto somebody, get onto Wemby. All right. Wemby, we've seen him be better than this, and he knows he's better than this. So get onto him. All right. I'm hopping off. I'll give it to you guys later. I really appreciate the super chat from AR Doc. I almost forgot how to say it. I almost said RA Doc. AR Doc 318. I appreciate you, my boy. I'll give it to you guys later. We'll go live again tomorrow after a win, okay? But yeah, as far as gaming, we might do some gaming after. We'll see what time it is, but it's getting late. All right, good night, everybody. You have a good one. It's gonna be okay. All right, the sky's not falling yet.